Okay, hi everyone. Now in this video we'll learn about the game theory, how the game theory will be used and what is the topic in that game theory, what are the subtopics are there and why we are called as that is game theory. Why we are calling that one as a game theory, in that strategy optimization will be there. Strategy optimization means players will be there, depending upon that how many players are there and how you have to play the game, depending upon that you have to solve the problem. So here one problem is given using domains principle, means that principle is known as domains principle, so that the student may choose this optimum strategy. So here players are given, what is given? P1, P2, P3, P4, S1, S2, S3, S4. In S1 what is the value? 55, 53, 32, 62. Then S2 40, 30, 74 and 50. In S3 57, 54, 44 and 53, and in S4 54, 54, 72, 62. In game theory, what you have to do in the game theory, first you have to focus about the game theory. Okay na? In this, the topic name is known as game theory. The topic name is known as game theory. So in that game theory, what you have to do, you have to select the maximum column. You can select the any two column, but one column should be greater than the other column. One column should be greater than the other column. So I will write here maximum column. Okay na? Maximum column, COLOUMN, maximum column. And next one is the minimum row. What you have to select? Minimum row. You have to select the maximum column and you have to select the minimum row. Now it's your wish, you can select any two, but it should be maximum compared to the other one. It should be maximum compared to the other one. Let's take the example. If I select the any two column, okay na, if I select the any two column, it should be greater than or equal to another column. It should be greater than or equal to another column. Suppose first I selected this two, okay na, first I selected P1 and P2. P1 and P2 is known as the column. Okay, P1 is one column, P2 is another column, this is P3 and this one is the P4. So what I am doing, I am selecting P1 and P2. If you compare these two, see, compared to the P2, P1 is maximum. Compared to the P2, P1 is maximum. Compared to the P2, P1 is maximum. Compared to the P2, P1 is equal. Okay na? It should be equal or maximum. Suppose if you selected this two, okay na, P1 is maximum, but here P2 is maximum. So you can't select this two, okay na, P1 and P3 you can't select. If you select this two, okay na, if you select this two, see here P4 is maximum, here what is P4 is maximum, here P1 is maximum. So you can't select this two. So better to good option is this one only. What is the good option? If you select the P1 and P2, if you select the P1 and P2, in P1 and P2, if you see P1 is maximum, P1 is maximum, P1 is maximum and P1 is maximum. Okay na? So here P1 is maximum, here P1 is maximum, here P1 is maximum and here also P1 is maximum or equal. It should be maximum or equal. So I can write like this, P1 is greater than, what can I write? P1 is greater than or equal to P1 value. What is P1 value is greater than or equal to P2. P1 value is greater than or equal to, B1 value is greater than or equal to P2. So P1 has, you can eliminate it. Eliminated P1 you can eliminate it. If you eliminated the P1 column, okay na, if you eliminated this P1 column, if you total column, if you eliminated this total column, if you eliminated, what is the remaining? That one you have to write down. Whatever the remaining terms are there, that one you have to write down. So here first I will write S1, S2, S3, okay na, S1. So here I am writing S1, this one is known as S1 and this one is known as S2 and this one is known as S3 and this one is known as S4 and this one is P1 already you eliminated, so remaining is P2 and this one is known as the P3 and this one is known as the P4 and whatever the inside terms are there. So this one is known as 53, 32, this one is known as 60 and here 30 and this one is 74 and this one is 50, next one is the 54, next one is the 44, next one is the 53, next one is the 54, next one is the 42, next one is the 56. So here you got P1 is eliminated. After eliminating P1, what you got? P2, P3, P4, S1, S2, S3, S4. Now next thing, you can select the column or row. Now you have to select the minimum row. What you have to select? Minimum row. If you compare any two, it should be minimum. The row should be minimum or equal. Minimum or equal. Whenever you are selecting the column, column should be maximum. Whenever you are selecting row, row should be minimum. So I will write here minimum row. Minimum or equal. Minimum or equal. Minimum or equal row. Minimum or equal row. Minimum or equal row. So I am selecting row means S1, S2, S3, S4, S1, S2, S3, S4. This one is known as row. S1, S2, S3 and S4 is known as row. So if you select any two row, it should be equal. Now I am selecting this S1 and S2. This one I am selecting. See, S2 is less compared to S1. If I see this, see S2 is greater value. Here less value is there, but if you compare here, it is greater value. S2 value is greater compared to S1. So you can't select this two. Now next one is the, if I select this two, S2 is less. Here S2 is greater value. So you can't select this two. Okay na? If you take this two, okay na? So S2 is less. Here S2 is greater. So you can't select this two also. If you select this one, S3 is less. Here also here S1 is less and here also S1 is less and here S1 is greater value. So you can't select that two also. So better to select this two. If you select this two, this one is less but this one is greater. If you select this two, this one is less, this one is greater. But if you select this one, okay, na, this one and this one, if you select this two, you will get. If you select this two also, this is less value, this one is less value, this is greater value. So now the thing is that whatever you selecting, S means one value should be, one entire row value should be less than the other one entire row value should be less than the other one. So here as you can see here, this is equal, S3 is equal, S3 is less value and S3 is less value compared to, see, S3 is lesser than or equal to S4. So S3 you can eliminate, S3 you can eliminate because S3 is less than or equal to S4. So what you can do, you can eliminate the S3. So this one you can eliminate it. This one is known as the S3. S3 you can eliminate it because S3 is less than or equal to S4. So S3 you can eliminate. After that, whatever the remaining values are there, that one you have to write down. What are the remaining values are there? Here S1, next one is the S2, next one is the S4, S1, S2, S3. This one is known as P2, this one is known as P3 and this one is known as P4. Okay na? P2, P3, P4. Here this value is known as 53, this value is known as 32 and this value is known as 62 and here 30. Next one is the 74, next one is the 50 and next one is the 54, next one is the 72. After that what is there? 64 is there. Now again you have to concentrate on higher column, again you have to concentrate on higher column. You can select any two column. So it's your wish, you can select P2 or P3 or you can select P3 and P4 or you can select P4 and P2 or you can select P2 and P3. These are the combinations are there. It's your wish, you can select any one, but it should be maximum or equal to column, maximum or equal to column. The column should be maximum or equal, the column should be maximum or equal. So what you have to do, if you select this two, okay, this one is greater. If you select this one, again this one is greater. So you can't take P2 and P3. If you take this two, this one is S2 is greater. here also S4 is greater, here also S4 is greater, and here also S4 is greater. So, P4 is greater than or equal to P2. P4 is greater than. So, P4 you can eliminate. P4 you can eliminate. So, here I am eliminating the P4. Okay, now here I am eliminating the P4 because P4 value is greater than or equal to P2. P4 value is greater than or equal to P2. So, that one you have to eliminate. After eliminating that, whatever the leftover values are there, that one you have to write. So, here S1 and this one is the S2 and this one is the S4 and this one is known as P2 and this one is known as P3 and this one is known as P4. Already you eliminated the P4, already you eliminated the P4. So, no need to write this one because in the last column you eliminated that one. After that, what you have to write? Remaining value, that is 53, next one is the 32, next one is the 30, next one is the 74, next value is the 54, next value is the 72. After column, again you have to focus on the row, okay na, in which row is lesser row. Here you have to focus about row should be less than or equal to, row should be less than or equal to, row should be less than or equal to. Here if you compare any of the two rows, here as you can see S1 and S2, if you see the S1 and S2, S2 is less than S1 and but here it is not possible. So, you can't take the combination of S1 and S2. If you take the combination of this one S4 and S1, S1 is less compared to the S4 and here also S1 is less compared to the S4. So, I can write here S1 is less than or equal to S4, S1 is less than or equal to S4. So, S1 you can eliminate, S1 you can eliminate, S1 you can eliminate here because S1 is less than or equal to S4. So, S1 you can eliminate. If you eliminate the S1, remaining, what is the remaining you have to write down here, remaining terms, what are the remaining terms are there, that one you have to write down. So, here the remaining term is P2 and this one is known as P3 and this one is known as S2 and this one is known as S4 and whatever the values are there, what is the value is there here 30, what is the value is there here 30 and here 74, this one is 54 and this one is known as 72, this one is known as 72. Here you got the value 30, 74, 54 and 72. After that again you have to focus upon the column, okay na. As you see these two terms, see P3 is greater than P3 is greater than P2. Here also P3 is greater than P2. So, here you can write P3 is greater than or equal to P2. So, P3 you can eliminate, P3 you can eliminate. So, here P3 you can eliminate because P3 is greater than P2. So, if you consider this one, P3 is eliminated. Whatever the remaining is there, that one you have to write. What is the remaining here? P2 and here S2 and here S4 are there. This one is known as 30 and this one is known as 40. As you can see that S2 is less than or equal to S4. So, you can eliminate the S2, you can eliminate the S2. So, if you eliminate the S2, what you have to do? You eliminate the S2. What is the remaining term here? Only here P2 is there, okay na, remaining term here what is there? P2 is there. In that single box, what is there here? S4. What is the value here? 54. What is the value here? 54. Like this you have to find out what is the value, how much value you got? 54. Like this here, and wherever you got the fourth one, okay, after getting that wherever you got the 4 values now, that one you have to write. So, here in this matrix wherever you got 2 by 2 matrix, first one is the 30, second one is the 74 and this one is the 54 and this one is known as the 72, that one you have to write. So, here this one you have to equate with A B, and this is C, and this one is the D. So here you got the value of A, how much that is 30, and you got the value of B, how much that is 74, and you got the value of C, how much it is 54, and you got the value of D, how much it is 72. A is equal to 30, B is equal to 74, C is equal to 54, and D is equal to 72. So here you got the value of A, B, C, D. Here you got the value of A, B, C, D. After getting this value, what you have to do? After getting this value, next step what you have to do means here you have to substitute in P1 formula. You have to substitute in P1 formula. P1 formula is somewhat like this is there. First you have to write down the P1 formula. P1 is equal to, what is the formula here? C minus D, okay na, by here B plus C, then minus A plus D. In that you have to substitute. So what is the value of C? As you can see, C is 54. D value is equal to how much? 72 by, then B value is equal to how much? 74. Then C value is equal to how much? 54 minus A value is equal to how much? 30. D value is equal to how much? 72. Okay na, D value is equal to how much? If you solve this one, you will get some value. That one is known as P1. That one is known as P1. With the help of calculus, you have to find out the value of P1. After getting the P1, next you have to find out the value of Q1. Next you have to find out the value of Q1. For finding the Q1, the formula will be somewhat like this: B minus D by, okay na? Then here it will become B plus C minus, next one is the A plus D here. So Q1 is equal to, B value is equal to how much? 74 minus D value is equal to how much? 72 by, then B value is equal to how much? 74 plus C value is equal to how much? 54 minus A value is equal to how much? 30 plus D value is equal to how much? 72. If you solve this one, you will get the value of Q1. Here you will get the value of Q1. With the help of calculus, you have to solve this Q1. Last you have to substitute in V. After that you have to substitute in V. For finding the V, the formula will be somewhat like this: AD minus, what is the formula? BC by AD minus BC. Here A plus what is there? D minus what is the next value? B plus what is there? C. So here A value is equal to how much? 30. A value is equal to how much? 30. Then D value, how much you got? D value is equal to, with the help of this one you have to substitute 72. Then B value is equal to how much? 74. Then C value is equal to how much? 54 by, then A plus D, A value is equal to 30, D value is equal to how much? 72 minus B value is equal to how much? 74 plus C value is equal to how much? 54. So if you solve this one, here you will get the value of V. Here you got the value of V. So first one you got the value of P1, second you got the value of V, then you got the value of Q1. Okay na? Like this you have to find out the value of P1, then you have to find out the value of Q1, then you have to find out the value of V. P1, Q1 and V, like this. Whatever you got here, 2 by 2 matrix. So this one you have to assume as the A, and this one you have to assume as the B, and this one you have to assume as the C, and this one you have to assume as the D. In 2 by 2 matrix, whatever you get the value, that one you have to write. First one you have to write as the A, second one you have to write as the B, and the third one you have to write as the C, and the last one you have to write as the D. Then substitute in this formula, you got the value of P1. P1 is equal to C minus D, B plus C minus A plus D. Then Q value is B minus D, B plus C minus A minus D. Next one is the V value is there. What is the V value here? AD minus BC by A plus D minus B plus C. So here you will get the value of P1, Q1, V. P1, Q1, V. Like this you will get the value of P1, Q1 and V. Like this you will get the value of all the things. Like this you have to find out. So here like this plates are given. With the help of that you have to find out the strategy of that player. So, player 1, player 2, player 3, player 4 is given, and S1, S2, S3, S4 will be given. Depending upon that, you have to find out that.